So there is a lot of companies and businesses out there that look like pretty much the same as each other, and they don't provide any reason for their target audience why they have to choose them over their competitors. And they think like if they just reduce the price, or if they just their product or service is lighter, thinner, or bigger, so target audience will choose them over the competitors. But that's not true at all. For example, in the restaurant industry, there is a lot of restaurants that provide pretty much the same products and service for the target audience. A lot of them are providing fries and chicken and hamburgers for the target audience. But that's not good at all, because you're a Me Too business in that case, and customers can find the same service in many other locations and other restaurants as well. So how can you differentiate? How can you give them a reason, a tangible and realistic reason, so they will choose you over your other competitors at the end of the day? So the formula that you can find out and differentiate in the industry is the following. So for X, we are the A that does B because of C. So I say that again. For X, we are the A that provides B because of C. So what each of them stand for. So for X is your target audience, like your target customer, the people who want to provide service or sell products to. And A is the frame of reference, and B is the unique value proposition that you provide for them, and C is the credibility, your credibility in the industry that you are in. So I'm just going to come up with an example, so it's going to make more sense, and you'll eventually be able to differentiate in the industry that you are in. So for example, consider the restaurant industry. So there is a restaurant called Freshii that they provide healthy foods for their target audience. So for example, for them, the target audience for X, like X stands for the target audience, right? The target audience can be anyone. So it can be teenagers, it can be the youth, it can be the middle-aged groups, it can be the senior citizens, because those are the people, those can be the people or whoever that is considered of consuming healthy products and healthy foods. So for them, it can be anyone. The frame of work is the A. A is the frame of work. So you have to, it's very important. You have to always ask yourself what industry you are in, what industry you are working in. That's very key and important. And unfortunately, a lot of, for example, restaurants think that, okay, we are we're just competing with other restaurants, right? So many of them are thinking like that, but that's not true at all. So a restaurant industry, do you think they are just competing with other restaurants, or they are competing with cinemas, they are competing with cirques, they are competing with zoo, they are competing with Wonderland and those kinds of stuff? Do you think they're competing with them as well or not? Of course they are competing with them. So why is that? Because all of them are in the fun industry as well. All of them are in the fun industry. All of them are for entertainment and having some fun and socializing. It can be for socializing too, right? For example, some people that are really socializing prefer to go to restaurants to socialize with others, right? But some other people might consider going to a cinema, so because it can have more fun for them. They find it more fun over going to a restaurant. So they are your indirect competitors too. So you have to consider that as well. It's very important. So A is your frame of work, frame of reference. So for Freshii, the frame of reference can be the indirect competitor can be a gym, because there's a lot of gyms that provide healthy food as well. So those are their indirect competitors, right? So they have to consider this as well. So the B is your unique value proposition. So the unique value proposition for Freshii that provides healthy foods is, for example, we have the healthiest products and ingredients, that so you can consume better products, and you care about your what you consume and staying healthy, right? So for them, is the unique value proposition should be something that no one else does the same as theirs. It has to be so unique so customers can find a real reason for themselves that they choose you over your competitors. So this is another way of differentiating in the industry. And the last but not least is the C, so the credibility. So what is your credibility for Freshii? So let's say they invite a nutritionist or a doctor that they really endorse their products, they endorse their the ingredients that they are using in their foods. So that can be their credibility. When you get endorsement from others, and that can be your credibility. For example, an author, if you take a look at books, many authors get endorsed by other famous people. For example, I've seen Bill Gates has done that for other authors already. They provide someone that is pretty much famous and has some popularity among the society, like underneath their books, so they're gonna sell more as well. So these are the strategies, and this is the thing that you can do. This is the formula that you can literally do in order to differentiate in the industry that you're working in, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can really, if you're an entrepreneur or a CEO or a marketer, you can find out some differentiation strategies in the industries that you're working in. And that's very key and important, because if you're just, as I said, if you're a Me Too business, people will not actually consider your business and products or services at all. So at the end of the day, I just want to ask you, if you want and you like the videos that I provide about marketing, business, and branding, you can follow me if you're interested in these topics. So thank you and have a nice day.